So true. There ain't no other for me. It's only you. I wanna be down with what you're going through. I wanna be down. I wanna be down with you.
Hey yo, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jerica and you're watching Shelf Love with D. Welcome back y'all to another weekly wrap up of my reads and streams. Alright y'all, so before we get into this week's wrap up, y'all already know, let's go ahead and take attendance. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Now here's the disclaimer. Please only subscribe if you are feeling the vibe and you can see yourself coming back and hanging with me in yet another video. Otherwise, just engage with me. Give me a green heart, sunflower, book stack, your favorite emoji, anything just letting me know that you are here with me today, rocking with me in yet another video. All right, y'all. So this past week, I think I read about 3 books. I was on my way to 5. But then somewhere in there, what happened? Somewhere in there, I think I took a day to like just kind of chill, watch. No, you know what it was? I started looking at the books that I had checked out through Libby and just trying to prioritize them as far as when they are due back, how many people were waiting, things like that. And it just kind of messed me up. I also started feeling like, dang, I've been like in my thriller bag here lately. Like I need to give the girlies, a little variety. So maybe I need to jump into this romance. And then, I was trying to read like 2 books at the same time. Like literally, like I would read one for maybe, 20-30 minutes and jump back to this and that. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to focus in on one. Ended up glitching. It didn't finish either one, but I will this upcoming week. But however, I am still satisfied with this reading week that I had, satisfied with the books that I read, and it felt so good just to go with the flow. So let's get into this wrap up. I do want to apologize to y'all because we have a heat advisory warning. We've been pretty much under one all week to where the heat index feels between 115 and 119. With that being said, y'all will probably hear the hum of the air conditioning. And as crazy as it sounds with this heat warning, people are outside cutting the grass. So life gonna life, and y'all know I got about 10 kids in here, so you may hear them as well. I apologize in advance if it sounds chaotic. I'm gonna do my best to wrap this up really quickly and not have it, feeling too raggedy over here. But I think I am gonna go ahead and invest in a mic. I had a little cheapo depot one that I bought early on in my booktube journey from TikTok. It was cool, but it didn't give as crisp of a sound as I wanted, so I stopped using it. But I've got a few lined up that I would like to try, and I think I'm going to do that just to help cut out some background noise, give you guys better sound quality, especially when I have like my AC running or whatever. But y'all, I can't do it. I'm cramping. My period is due. The heat advisory outside. I'm recording next to this window because I don't want to just be in the dark, even though that's how I'm feeling today. I didn't want to just be in the dark for y'all, so I'm trying to give y'all a little lighting, and I'm trying to make both where we both win. Okay, we're both satisfied. So that is something that I am working on going into year 2, just trying to tweak some things. But at the end of the day, y'all know me. I'm just gonna hop on here and be real, give you what I got, the best of what I got. So thank y'all so much for rocking with me. So y'all letting me know that y'all love the chaos over here. But yeah, so that's just one of the things that I would like to invest in. A good mic, maybe a little ring light. But I don't really want a ring light per se, but maybe one of those ones that like you hook on the phone just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. Now for my girlies who wear glasses, if you have a ring light or some sort of light assistance, how do you keep from having a glare on your glasses? I'm kind of like, I don't care, but I do care because I wear glasses. So there is always a fight with the glare, right? I've been wearing glasses since like 3rd or 4th grade. So it doesn't really bother me, but sometimes, I want to make that eye contact with y'all. So let me know how you can prevent that. If you have any tips, as y'all know, I record on my phone. So if that helps with you advising me. But for my glasses girlies, if you use any kind of, light assistance, please let me know how you record and not get that glare on your glasses. Is that it? I think that's it. If I think of anything else, I'll let you guys know. But anyways, let's get into this wrap up, okay? Let's see. So one of the books that I read this past week was Gray After Dark. Yeah, this book was so good. I first heard about this book from Raina Swan. So as soon as I finished this book, I had to go over to was it her YouTube or Goodreads? I think it was her YouTube short she had. And I was like, girl, this book was so good. It made me so happy because, I've been dibbling and dabbling in thriller. Like, I've really been, like, craving a good thriller. And the ones that I've read so far are given more of, like, domestic mystery type thing with a little bit of thriller in it. But this one, to me, was, like, a true thriller. Like, y'all, it was intense. It had you on the edge of the seat. It was action packed. I really felt the fear in this book, and it is hands down 5 stars. Let's see real quick if this author has any other books, because I had never heard of this author before Raina pointed it out. If I'm not mistaken, I think I bought her physical copy. But okay, so she does have a few other books. Okay, I was about to say they're not rated that high, but Forget You Saw Her. As for Andrea's, in parentheses, looks like that might be a highly rated one. And Gray After Dark. So if you have read anything else by this author by the name of Noelle, I don't know how to say the last name, the Gray After Dark author. If you've read anything else by her, please let me know, because this was such a good time. Such a good time, y'all. I was so happy when I finished that book because I was blazing through it. I finished it within 24 hours, and it was just like, it was like watching a movie. Like watching a movie. Did I leave anything? I said, wow. This book was intense. So good. I could not put it down. Definitely a must read, and I stand by that. And everybody that I've talked to since then regarding books, I'm like, hey, have you read Gray After Dark? If not, please move it up on your TBR because it was so good. Now, for my thriller girlies out here, please give me some high stake, action packed, intense thrillers, not horror, because y'all know I don't mess with that. But if you yourself have read some really, really good thrillers, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm fairly new. Yeah, I'm new to the genre. Like, I used to just be a tried and true, through and through romance girly. Then I kind of started leaning into historical fiction, but romance has always been like my top, and I still love it. It will always be near and dear to my heart, but I just been feeling a thriller. So if you are a thriller girly, please drop your recommendations down in the comment section. Oh, I almost forgot to read the book description for you in the back, girls. You know I got you, girl. All right, so it says a merciless wilderness with no mercy, a harrowing attack, a desperate escape. When a tragic accident sidelines Miley's dreams of Olympic gold, she takes a summer job at a mountain guest lodge. The Frank Church Wilderness is remote, but it's the perfect place to train and recover. Local lore about a staffer who died years ago doesn't scare her, but it should. Absolutely. Miley's plans take a terrifying detour when she's abducted during a morning run. Held captive in a desolate off-grid cabin, she'll have to use her athletic prowess, cunning mind, and courage to survive. But as the nightmare at the cabin escalates, Miley is forced to form an unlikely alliance in an attempt a risky escape. Can she outwit her captors and survive the wilderness before it's too late? Inspired by true events, Gray After Dark is a pulse-pounding psychological thriller with a finale that will leave you breathless. Indeed. Y'all, this was so good. Now, I did not know this was based off true events. That just makes it hit that much harder. Y'all gotta read it. So yes, Gray After Dark, highly recommend. It was a good time, and it started out my reading week with a bang. I was so happy with it. All right, so the other books that I read this past week was The Fiancee by Karen White. So I was in my thriller bag, still feeling thrillers. And so I can't even remember how I came across this author. It was on Libby. And I was like, I've never heard of this author, but she looks like she writes a lot of thrillers, and her covers and the titles were really intriguing to me. The Fiance was one of like the ones that was kind of higher up there in the ratings, but I did notice that overall her books range between 3 to 3.5 stars. So this one overall rating was 3.62. Now for me, especially when it comes to thrillers, I don't exactly feel like it has to be a 5-star, like because I always feel like there's usually something missing in them, so it probably won't be a 5-star. Now my thriller girlies, y'all know I'm new to this. If you have 5-star thrillers, let me know. But her averaging 3 to 3.5 didn't like deter me from checking into her books. The Fiance, I enjoyed. Now I will say, based off my reading experience and then looking up the reviews, a lot of people did not like the female main character. She is highly suspicious of everybody. She is a nosy little thing, okay? It's like her head stays on a swivel and her nose stays in everybody's business. Now, that is a very unlikable character for some people. I found it a bit entertaining and funny because it's like literally like everybody that she meets, she was like suspicious of their intention because she is married into like this wealthy family, and she really like holds them near and dear to her heart. She don't want nobody messing with them, playing them, trying to just be after their money or whatever. So she just was like, if one of the boys was bringing home a new girlfriend, she's like trying to read her and see if she's in it for the real thing. But literally, like, somebody in the comments was like, I thought it was so funny. It was like the way the protagonist was reaching for the top shelf with her suspicions. And I'm like, yes, baby girl was like on her tippy toes, grasping for anything to be like, oh, that didn't feel right. I don't know about that. But yeah, so if you're not familiar with The Fiancé by Kate White, I'm going to read the book description for you just to give you an idea of what it was about. So it says, they had everything they needed for a perfect family vacation. Close-knit relatives, a beautiful setting, and a murderer in the midst. Summer's looking forward to a break from hustling for her acting work in Manhattan when she, her husband Gabe, and Gabe's 9-year-old son arrive at the annual family get-together at her in-laws' sprawling estate. On the agenda are leisurely gourmet meals, tennis matches, and plenty of relaxation by the pool. But this year, Gabe's brother Nick has invited his new flame, Hannah, whom Summer immediately recognizes from a few years before. Oddly, her brother-in-law's girlfriend claims to not know her, yet she charms the other family members, and after Nick announces that he's proposed to Hannah, Summer doesn't have a choice but to grin and bear it. Then the reunion is rocked by a tragedy when a family member is found dead, though the doctors attribute the loss to a natural cause. A grieving Summer fears that the too good to be true Hannah is involved, even as Gabe dismisses her suspicions. How far will Summer go to expose the truth as she investigates just what Nick's fiance might have done to keep her perfect image intact? She begins to fear that the first death might only be the beginning. Y'all, this girl was suspicious of everybody. And I know she was very protective of her family, but at the same time, sometimes it was coming across as she was like jealous of like not being the favorited daughter-in-law anymore, because out of all the daughter-in-laws, her and the mother-in-law had the closest relationship, and they always was telling her like, you're Claire's favorite, and so she I felt like wore that as a badge of honor. So whenever a new girl would come in, it seemed like she was jealous or felt threatened, that her position would be taken. But she kept trying to convince us through the book that she loved this family and she just was not going to let anybody do them wrong. But y'all, literally every page or every other page, she had a suspicion. Like, she would have a conversation and be like, well, was that true? Or could it be she just wants us to think that's true because she wants to come in and weasel? Like, she had a gazillion inner dialogue thoughts. Again, it didn't bother me. I enjoyed my time with this book. I would not rate it 5 stars, but it for me had all the elements that I needed to just have a good time. I wouldn't say it was an amazing thriller. I wouldn't say that I'm in a rush to get back to another book by Miss Karen White, although I do have some saved on my Libby TBR. I look forward to diving into more of her catalog, but it was just an okay read. I found it entertaining. I found it more kind of satire, with some mystery whodunit type elements versus like a thrilling ride, but I had a good time with it. All right, so let's see the other book. I thought I had to read. Oh, the other book. Why is it not on here? I've not been doing good. I've not been doing good this past week with updating like my Fable reads or my Goodreads, y'all. Like I've just been enjoying my time with reading, and that's what I was saying. Like this week I was so happy with my reading week because I was just flowing. I wasn't thinking about updating and rating and previewing, like, or making a post for this, like I just was chilling with my books, you know. So the other book that I read was Anywhere You Run by Wanda M. Morris. And as y'all know, in Darnea Doris's book club, which is called Connecting the Dots, our current read is All Her Little Secrets. I am in the middle of that one, taking my time with it. Okay. But I had saw someone talk about this book and said, and they loved it. I think in the comments when talking about our current book club results, I went, let me go check this out. Anywhere You Run was another one that put a smile on my face. That I felt so good. Like, oh, I'm doing good with my reads this week. Y'all, this book was so good. Now, I don't know if I would say it was a thriller. Well, I think it was a thriller. I think it meets the requirements of a thriller, right? I don't know, but it was a good time. I don't know what I would categorize it. I definitely feel it had like some fast-paced, action-packed moments. It was interesting, literally from beginning to end. I was intrigued. I was interested in this book. I never felt bored. I never felt like, oh my gosh, get to the point. Like from the jump, from page one, I was committed to this book. All right, so if you're not familiar with the book, I'll go ahead and read it to you. It says, after the murder of a white man in Jim Crow, Mississippi, two black sisters run away to different parts of the country, but can they escape the secrets they left behind? It's the summer of 1964, and three innocent men are brutally murdered for trying to help Black Mississippians secure the right to vote. Against this backdrop, 22-year-old Violet Richards finds herself in more trouble than she's ever been in her life. That Violet. Suffering a brutal attack of her own, she kills the man responsible. But with the color of Violet's skin, there is no way she can escape Jim Crow justice in Jackson, Mississippi. Before anyone can find the body or finger her as the killer, she decides to run. With the help of her white bow, Violet escapes, but desperation and fear leads her to hide out in the small rural town of, I forget how you pronounce this. I'll put it on the screen. It's something Georgia. Unaware that the danger may be closer than she thinks. Back in Jackson, Marigold, Violet's older sister, has dreams of attending law school, working for the Mississippi Summer Project. She has been trying to use her smarts to further the cause of the Black vote, but Marigold is in a different kind of trouble. She's pregnant and unmarried. After the news of the murder brings the police to her door, Marigold sees no choice but to flee Jackson too. She heads north, seeking the promise of a better life and no more segregation. But has she made a terrible choice that threatens her life and that of her unborn child? Two sisters on the run, one from the law, the other from the social shame. What they don't realize is that there's a man hot on their trail. This man has his own brand of dark secrets and a disturbing motive for finding the sisters that is unknown to everyone but him. Y'all, this was a good one. It even looks like bookmarked by Leah. Read this 6 months ago. She rated it 4 stars. What's her name? Chocolate Cover Pages read it 3 years ago. She rated it 4 stars. Yeah, so it looks pretty good. Raina read it a year ago, rated it 4 stars. She said it's definitely not suspenseful, but it is a good storyline. So I agree. That's why I was like, I don't know what you would call it, but it was a good storyline. It was a good story. I had a good time with it. I don't think I would rate it 5 stars either. But I would rate it pretty high. Like, I had a good time with this book. It was everything that I needed. If I was watching it as a movie, I would have, enjoyed my time with it as well. These sisters, oh my goodness, they just had a hard life. Once you get into this story and you start hearing all the things that they've gone through with their parents, with their other, sister and things like that, you just like, they didn't stand a chance. And I think it could have very well been, just based off of their background, they could have definitely been in a Bernice McFadden book. Like, she has those traumatic stories with people with traumatic childhoods and parents who are like, they have pretty good parents, but these characters, these two sisters, just definitely felt like they should have been in a Bernice McFadden book. But I enjoyed my time with this read, y'all. Like, I highly recommend it. I jumped into all of her little secrets because it is our Connecting the Dots book club read, and I have noticed the pace for this book is way slower. I'm not really enjoying the writing style. I'm not really enjoying the female main character that it focuses on, or how she I'll save that one, but I'm going to give it a chance because it is our book club read. I want to be able to add to the discussion, but I don't know. I hope that it's one of those slow burns that, toward the middle end, it picks up, takes off, and just really like surprises me. I find myself comparing the two. I really did enjoy Anywhere You Run, y'all. I highly recommend it. So I had a good reading week, y'all. I had a good reading week. Right now, I'm in the middle of The Summer Girlfriend by Christina Forrest. This is my second time checking this book out because the first time it became available on Libby, I just was not in the headspace for it. Y'all already know the fake dating trope is not my most favorite. So I was just like, girl, get out of here when I was reading like the first couple of chapters. Then it came back around for me to check it out. I'm like, okay, I'm in this space to read it. Plus, I've been reading, all these thrillers. It'll be a nice little like palate cleanser. And I am enjoying it much more. I will say, although I am still not a fan of the fake dating trope, I like how Christina Forrest went about it, where I can maybe squint my eyes just a little bit, but okay, I can see why the female main character would agree to the fake dating, because of what her job already is. When you read the book, you'll get it. And I don't know if it's on the, I don't know if it's on the back of the book, so I don't want to say, but when you see what her job, or one of her jobs is, you can see why she goes for it. And then when the male main character, when you read his story and what happened with him, you kind of get why he doesn't want to just come out and tell his family that he doesn't have a girlfriend, because what it would cause them, because of what that would lead to, like what that conversation would lead to, what he would have to reveal if he decided to just come forward with the truth. So I can kind of side eye it a little bit and say, okay, I'll give you this one. I'll give you this one. And plus, it's Christina Forrest, the author of the Love Lyric, The Neighbor Favorite, and something plot, The Love Plot. I don't know. Anyways, but yes, y'all, I had a good reading week. Like, very, very satisfied with my reads. And as far as my streams, I don't think we watched really anything this week. I was really focusing on reading, y'all. Y'all know, like I tell y'all all the time, I watch Judge Judy every day. I am now watching like her really, really old ones on Pluto. So if you're a Judge Judy fan and you like me, ran through all 4 seasons on Prime and you're waiting for the new ones to come back in August, they do have her really old ones on Pluto for you to watch for free. She has her own channel on there, so they just rotate all day long. So, I watched my Judge Judy. I'm finishing up Raising Kanan, y'all. That series is getting so intense. I'm on season 4, episode 8, I believe. I was about to give a spoiler away, but if you haven't watched it, go watch it, check it out. I'm really enjoying that season, or this series, even though these characters are getting on my goddamn nerves. But yeah, so that's all I really watched, and just a little bit of that because I was really reading, y'all. Like, I was back in my reading bag, just feeling like I want to read, and I have missed that feeling. So I think that concludes my reading wrap up, y'all. I had a good reading week. I got some ideas coming up. I'm thinking about adding an extra day of filming. Like someone said, instead of 2 days out of the week that I upload videos, I'm thinking about adding a third. Yeah, so we will see how that goes. But if you are new to this channel, I do have a reading room. My son is just home from college, so I've had to make do in my bedroom. But I did want y'all to see, look at this. These are just the books that I've gotten over the summer, and they're, you know, got that stack back there. Ain't God good? Won't he do it? All right, y'all, but that's it for this reading wrap up. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me on this Sunday. I hope you are blessed. Hope you are enjoying your day. If you have not already, go ahead and watch my 1 year birthday Booktube anniversary video. We've reached another milestone on this Booktube journey, y'all, and I'm so excited for what is to come. I hope you are reading what you want to read when you want to read it, and just enjoying your time with these books. If you have any book recommendations, specifically thrillers, and that's just where I'm at right now, please drop it down in the comments. If you've made it to this far of the video, go ahead and drop this emoji for me, just letting me know that you stayed with me through to the end. I'm going to give the giveaway another, probably till my Friday video. I'm going to have a Friday video this week. Test that out, see how that goes. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do 2 weeks of testing out how that third upload goes, and if it's worth it, if y'all are feeling it, if y'all are, you know, coming to hang with me, then I'll keep it going. If not, it is what it is. We tried. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to next Friday, and then I'll go ahead and announce it probably on that Friday video. Yeah, I like that plan. But that's it, y'all. Take care of you. Read, rest, and relax. And until next time, don't forget to show your chef some love today. Oh, and before I let y'all out of here, I just wanted to show y'all, give y'all an update on my press-on nails. I know it's a book channel, but I did this in one of my videos. Look at this. Look at this. Rhinestones still on. Press-ons going strong. Don't hate or don't sleep on the press-on nails girlies, okay? No shade to anybody who got the money to go out to the nail salon. Do your thing, do what's best for you. But I am a press-on nail girly, and y'all, I'm telling y'all, my method works. And these nails, these handmade nails from Shein or Temu, I buy mine from Shein, but my girl Chalk does it all on YouTube. She buys hers from Temu. They the truth. Look, I've never gotten rhinestones in a nail salon, and they've stayed on. Well, how many weeks has it been, y'all? Because I did them when I read I Who Have Never Known Man. And not a one, I lie to you not, I'll be real with y'all, not one has popped off. So I'm just saying, maybe consider being a press-on girly if you want to save some coins, if you're into DIY, and just see. It works if you work it.
Blessed with another chance, blessed with another chance, blessed with another chance,